Well, it's Friday again. They just keep coming, you know. So let's take a look at some stuff that's on the way. So Captain Falcon, in order to celebrate the 4th of July, decided to show off another image of his Captain America costume. So there you go. It's kind of red, white, and gray. I guess this was taken during one of the, I don't know, several hundred reshoots that Captain America 4 is going through. There's probably enough footage to do a whole trilogy. Well, hopefully one of them is sort of adequate. Yeah. Oh, look, it's President Ford. So, good luck with that. Can't say I'm optimistic, based on MCU's current performance. Yeah. Meanwhile, over at the DCU, we've got more behind-the-scenes shots of what's going on for Superman, and here's some more characters. So, of course, seeing Mr. Terrific walking around with Superman in some of the other shots, and now 2 other characters show up, maybe a third. So there's Hawkgirl. They'll have to digitally put her wings in after the fact, sure. Looks like Mr. Terrific has some kind of, jetpack thing or something. And down there behind Superman is Guy Gardner. Now, the thing easily to pick up is that the costumes that both Hawkgirl and Guy Gardner are wearing are similar in design to Mr. Terrific's suit. So, it appears they work for Mr. Terrific, and one wonders, could this be a DCU version of the Teriffics, which was a comic book series that DC did, and it wasn't half bad. It was kind of fun. I lost interest in it, but it was pretty good for a while there. But it was like a DC knockoff and maybe even parody of the Fantastic Four. So Mr. Terrific, he's the intellectual level of Reed Richards. Meanwhile, Plastic Man is the stretchy guy. There was a Phantom Girl, not the Legion of Superheroes Phantom Girl, but she was from the same species from that Anyway, she was like the Invisible Girl there. And then Metamorpho rounded out the team, taking the Ben Grimm spot, because he's the tragic, monstrous-looking guy. So, and Metamorpho was cast for the movie. So I'm wondering, could this guy be standing in for Metamorpho? He could just be there to handle this shot, and so they remove him while he's helping out, and they can take him out because he's in blue. But maybe they'll digitally fix him to be Metamorpho. But usually when they do that, they have the mocap suit with the golf balls on it. So maybe he's just helping, balancing them in position. Yeah. And so there you go. There's Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl walking away. And Superman hugging a kid. It's everything's great. And it's because he's Superman, And I guess that's a closer look to Mr. Terrific's little jetpack thing. But all in all, the problem still remains. What's the problem? Well, the costumes look cheap. I mean, the only one the costume looks great on is Mr. Terrific, because that's the suit the guy wears in the comic books, very similar to the CW version, which more or less also got it right in the look. And so Mr. Terrific looks terrific. He looks like Mr. Terrific. He's got, but the rest, and most notably Superman, the costume doesn't look that great. Again, in the final product, it might look fine. But don't know what's going on here. He does have, Guy Gardner has the Green Lantern symbols and whatnot. He's had different costume identities and whatnot. He was the warrior and all that type of stuff. I don't recall him working for, certainly not Mr. Terrific's company or anything. And I don't remember any suit like this. And the Teriffics themselves didn't all wear, no, they did. That's right. They did have a matching suit. We didn't quite. They weren't copies of Mr. Teriffics outfit. Y'all got to wear jackets and all that. But that appears to be the case here. Is like, of course, he's a multi-billionaire, so he's probably hired these other superpowered people to work for it. I don't know if that falls under the code of the Green Lantern Corps, but once Green Lantern gets underway, perhaps there'll be a different outfit, I would assume, for Guy Gardner, rather than this, which would not be the actual Green Lantern outfit for him. It's the outfit he's wearing now as he works for Mr. Terrific. But he still has his Green Lantern logo, so guess that'll have to count for it. But anyway, yeah, it does look rather cheap compared to past efforts, and it looks like they're shooting a CW show. Other scenes of Superman. There's some of these action poses that looks pretty good. He's getting ready to take off and fly, but when you actually see him taking off, the red shorts look really like they don't fit. It's like boxers, and is that the fold where I don't know. This is not that bad of a scene. Obviously, they would CGI whatever it is he appears to be catching here. And the cape's kind of flowing. It just looks like a good classic Superman action scene. And there he is. You got this, guys. Yeah. And, there he goes. There's a closer shot of this. Dying. And it looks like he's like, oh, but maybe he's flying up to catch this thing here, whatever. And I'm sure it's much larger in the final product. And he won't be needing guys helping out. Probably something like that. Give me a minute. Okay, here we go. And he takes off. And then this little dog shows up. Is he Crypto? I don't know. Is that Lois? I don't think that's probably the animal handler. I don't think that's Lois. And he's standing in a puddle. Huh. So there we go again. He's holding the thing. He's walking up to catch the thing. These people seem to be cheering Superman on as he flies away with whatever or catches it. Here they seem to be panicked. Oh no, it's going to get us. But then here comes Superman in his black cloak. Don't let anyone see the costume. Well, we've seen it. He said, oh man, you didn't tell me there'd be a puddle. So then there's good dog. And here he goes. Careful, guys, careful. And then there's James Gunn. And cut. There you go. So more panicked people. The Thing is falling on them. And but hey, look, Superman showed up, and she's really happy about that. Yeah. So anyway, there you go. Again, the problem is costume doesn't look that great. What? Final product. Maybe it'll be fine. I hope so. Sure is a crowded film, though. Pretty crowded. Now they even have a dog in it. Now, here's a curious thing that may or may not be true, and it's one of those things that might have been true at one time, and they've moved on with another idea. George Clooney, this is from the Flash movie, and looks like McCloyne here put a patch over him to get the idea. But the suspicion is that he could play an alternate universe version of Nick Fury, more akin to the comic book version. And he's saying that this comes from, is it My Time? Yeah, My Time to Shine. Hello. The Can We Get Some Toast has been taken down. I seem to recall that. Disney got mad at him or something. Anyway, or found out who they were. I don't know. Anyway, so it was the same rumor that says Sydney Sweeney is wanted as a Jedi by Lucasfilm in an upcoming Star Wars project. Well, I'd rather see her in the Barbarella movie. But I don't know, maybe there's something to that. I don't know. But certainly this one, it would sound like the type of thing they would do. There's going to be so many characters in the Avengers 5 and then Secret Wars, and you could have Clooney do something like that. Don't know if that means after the reboot he continues on as the Nick Fury of the new Marvel Universe. That would be interesting, but I seriously doubt that. So anyway, McCloy goes on that similar things happened before. Back in 2019, he said his insiders told him that Scott Derrickson's original plan for his version of Doctor Strange #2 was to include original comic book versions of characters from the multiverse. I think you mean verse. But anyway, and the original Nick Fury was among them. Don't know if that would have been David Hasselhoff, but but anyway, that was the idea, and Kevin Feige scrapped all of that. Derrickson said, well, I'm done, and he wanted to be all about Wanda, Scarlet Witch, and well, you saw the result, and they had to reshoot the entire movie because it was so bad. And all of that. And of course, Kevin Feige takes great pride in sabotaging the WandaVision show by taking Doctor Strange out of it, because turns out Doctor Strange is white and male. Oh boy, that was a problem. Yeah. So anyway, could have had multiverse stuff like that all along, and provided you actually have a story for it and stuff, rather than just, oh look, it's the guy, he's playing that very original version, it's the guy, that kind of thing. It doesn't really matter. But anyway, could this be true? Yeah, it could. He's already done a multiverse cameo, but that didn't go over well. Not his fault. But maybe he'll show up as Nick Fury, and we'll see. But MCU's got a lot of problems.